welcome back to the Sideboard here at the StarCityGames.com Invitational in Atlanta, Georgia. My name is Ruben Bressler, and I'm joined by Tyler Lytle, Grand Prix champion, SCG Open grinder. You may have seen him other places as well, but I have you here because I wanted to talk about the Oklahoma crew.
Sure.
There's a couple hotbeds that people know about. I like to think I'm from a hotbed of magic in Columbus, Ohio. Yeah. I like to think that you know, the New York, New Jersey crew, Jacksonville, Florida is pretty well known. Yep. Certainly recently Denver. But when you say gamers, you don't necessarily think Oklahoma City. So how did your crew sort of pop up on the radar?
You know, so the shop I play at, it's Wizards Asylum. It's in Norman, Oklahoma. It's right down the road from the OU campus. So you usually get a lot of gamers that come in. They come to OU for college or whatnot, and they always go to this store. So this store actually just started growing a lot very recently. Mainly from me, Will Craddock. We started going to that store, started playing a lot, and we started actually trying to grow the scene up. Then at some point we decided, you know what, we're going to get together and we're going to actually start playtesting a lot. We're going to start going to all these events, and we're going to try and do our best to actually put Oklahoma on the map.
Yeah,
so.
And you certainly have. Will Craddock won multiple Opens, I believe.
Yeah, he's won 2 already.
He's won 2 already. You've won a Grand Prix.
That's true.
Perhaps the biggest finish of your crew.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not just you two. You have several other members of your crew that have put up pretty stellar finishes.
Yeah. So another one's Darren Minard. He's actually, I think he's in the top 8 on this one.
I think he drew into this top 8 as well. We had him on camera yesterday.
Yeah, so I think that's his 4th top 8. Daniel Dusang, that's another guy that comes with us. He has another top 8. We actually have some other people. Johnny Bailey, she goes with us to all these events. She has not been playing very long, and she's already gotten pretty good at the game. So you can definitely see where it's like leaps and bounds and how much better she's been getting at.
And absolutely, for those of you that haven't had the pleasure of playing with a really intense play group, I know as soon as I started playing with lots of better players than me, that's when I got good.
Oh, definitely. Will's been a huge mentor for me. I was actually not very good at this game until I met Will about 3 or 4 years ago, and it was just phenomenal how much you see yourself grow at the game.
Right.
So.
Now, I went to a different OU. I went to Ohio University in Athens, Ohio, where a couple years ago, Team Mean Deck, the famous vintage team, started. Started in Athens, Ohio from OU students, and then a couple years later it sort of fell off. And then more recently, Athens Blue, the mono blue control deck in Legacy, picked up in popularity. People like Chris Kronenberger, myself, Eric Rill, we put up good finishes, Max Jacob as well. But then recently, that scene sort of went away once we all left, and it wasn't really filled in by more tournament level players.
True.
At a school like OU in Oklahoma, I imagine that isn't as likely to happen because of how big the school is.
Yeah.
But do you see, once everyone leaves, once everyone graduates and starts doing their own thing, do you fear that might happen?
Sure. I would hope that it wouldn't. You know, you would hope that gamers that go to that school, they'll discover Wizards Asylum since it's right down the road, and then they would go there, try to conglomerate and build up a tournament scene there. And I mean, I would hope that it wouldn't just die out.
Sure.
You know, after Will and John Hammock, Daniel Dusang, all these people. I hope that it just doesn't die out after that.
Yeah, and we certainly try to engender the competitive spirit, but mostly it's just a casual scene down where I used to go to school. So hopefully it works out slightly better on the tournament scene than it did for me for you. But I would be remiss if I didn't mention I am a host of a podcast, the In Contention podcast, which is the official podcast of this here Open Series. But there is also a very popular Magic podcast based in Norman, Oklahoma, and that is Planeswalkers Asylum, taking the other half of Wizards Asylum, as opposed to Wizards Norman. You've got Planeswalkers Asylum. You know those guys?
I do know those guys. I've known them for quite some time. I've known them before they started doing the podcast and stuff. They're all great guys. Some of them they'll travel to opens and stuff. I think Daniel Dusang's the main one that actually still travels to all the events and stuff. All the other guys, they'll still travel to Grand Prix every now and then, but they just like talking about Magic and all that kinds of stuff
and messing around.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of messing around on there.
I think I met a couple of them at Grand Prix Christmas last year, and they're
Grand Prix Christmas,
great guys. And so you guys, the Open Series is a major part of your schedule.
Definitely. We try to make every single Open Series that's pretty much within driving distance.
And driving distance for Oklahoma is a lot farther because you guys went to Kansas City.
Yeah, we went to Kansas City. We go to all the Kansas City ones. We'll go to Kansas City. We'll go to Dallas. You know, when are we going to have an Open in Oklahoma City or Tulsa?
You know,
what's up with that?
Okay, ask nicely. I'm not the one that makes the decision. I'm the pretty camera face. So you go ahead and make the pitch.
Okay.
To the big head honchos at Star City Games about coming to Oklahoma.
Oklahoma City, man. What's up? That's all my pitch.
That's the entire pitch?
That's the entire pitch. I'm not good at pitching. I'm sorry.
You go. Well, do with that what you will. Tyler, thank you so much for having a seat with me. Sure. This has been really fun. I believe we're going to toss to a deck tech. Well, we're going to toss to a commercial break. And thanks so much. And we'll be back for the next round of Legacy, which is the last round of Legacy before Top 8 here at the Star City Games Invitational.